Okay, I thought I would take this opportunity to show you this. This is my cold brewed coffee, and this is super simple. All you do is you just get your coffee grounds, put them in the bottom of that thing, put some filtered cold water in there, and stick it in the refrigerator for almost 12, 14 hours. And then the next morning when you pull it out, you're ready to do the little plunge thing, which I'm about to do here. And Bob's your uncle, Sally's your aunt. Yeah. So I need to get a little bit more. And it just plunges it down, as you can see there. There you go. That's it and all about it. And then you just pour it. You can, just like anything else. And you can put some coconut cream in there, coconut milk, to get straight black like I probably will this morning. But this is the nectar of the gods. Oh, that's refreshing too. Gonna go outside. Gonna try and go outside now and do some filming, and we'll be right with you. Chickens, get out of the way now. Get out of the way, chickens. Okay, well, good morning. Good morning, good morning. All right, we're going to do a little two-camera angle here. Old iPhone here. What is that? Yeah, I got something on my iPhone there. I got to clean that off there. And we'll use a little GoPro over here as well. So we got the wide-angle view and we got the close-up view. So there you have it. Okay, got my Sheridan here. And it's an early Saturday morning. It's a little bit about a few minutes before 9. Smoking some Innondale Flake. And it's just a wonderful morning. Okay. I just hosed off the patio yesterday evening, and already my chickens have left me some more calling cards. Some presents. They just love their presents. Well, it's a wonderful, beautiful Saturday morning. And so I'm hoping that this is going to turn out pretty good. Hopefully you're going to be able to see the, the nice back area here again. Haven't done a lot of filming out here. It's been pretty hot. But one of the things that they say here is that Chico is hot in the sun, but it's cool in the shade. And I have to tell you that that statement, I think, is pretty darn true. And that's the first time I smoked a pipe probably in quite a while, at least a couple weeks. So I'm kind of enjoying the morning. It's quiet, it's cool for a summer morning. And it's pretty nice out here. I'm really looking forward to, be honest with you, the fall. I think fall is going to be glorious out here. It's going to be just all these little shade trees and the bigger shade trees out there. It's just going to be amazing. That's delicious. And with the old cold brewed coffee and my kind of precarious let's see if I can move this one a little bit closer. I don't know what that's going to do. Probably not much, but anyway. So, how are you guys doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. That's delightful. Delightful. Not to be confused with delicious, but delightful's a notch just below that, I think. Oh man. It is wonderful. Yeah. Wow. I don't think it gets any better than this. You know, a cup of coffee, a pipe. The only thing that would certainly make it better or more enriching is if one of you were here to join me here on my kind of like, actually as I look around here, the back patio could use some real TLC. And that's the nice thing about when you do have a patio, you do have to keep it up, as all of you know. And that's what makes it enjoyable. So I have, as I look around here, I've got little clutters of last fall's leaves here, and that's the first thing that I notice is the little pile of leaves, which is not in and of itself a bad thing. It's just not as tidy as I would like it to be. And there's just, you know, some things that I should probably think about. Just trying to just kind of clean up. It could be a little paint, maybe some touch-up paint on some places where the chickens. Yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is, but still, it's a nice, peaceful place, so I love it. Still doing my Apple Watch thing. You know, you've seen the Apple Watch. You've seen it all. You've seen the Apple Watch. And I was going to maybe talk a little bit about that too. Yeah, I normally haven't been wearing a watch for years, really. I still have I wouldn't say a hard time, but it's a hard time. Watch, yeah, I know. It's just something I don't normally wear. As somebody who's a minimalist in footwear, right now I'm actually barefoot, and that's kind of a little bit of a precarious thing, because I've noticed that my dear chickens have on the steps, for some reason, they're starting to they're smart little animals. They know that a person lives in there. It's kind of amazing. So they'll come and they'll stick their little faces, you know, in the screen in the door there, in the glass door, and look around to see if I'm coming out or something. Yeah, but now that they've kind of made this connection, the thing is that when they go up on the stoop here on the steps, they poop on there. And I hosed it all off last night, and I come out and lo and behold, there's a couple big choice ones just waiting for me. Anyway, we won't. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, that's how my chickens love me. Yeah. Okay, this is my Sheridan here. See if I can get that on the old screen. I'm using the reverse camera this time on the iPhone 6 Plus, and here it is again for your viewing pleasure, you know, on the GoPro. Now back to the iPhone. Okay, yeah, and I'm soaking that Innerdale flag, which was introduced to me by Grandpa Cavendish. Ed, if you're watching, good to see you. So anyway, I'm just taking some time out. It's going to be typical weekend. That almost sounds like a quail in the background. You outdoor enthusiast. Is that a quail? It's not a chicken. Speaking of the chickens, they're probably... Where are they at? Oh, they're down the other part of the South 40 there. But no, in fall, I think this is just going to be absolutely glorious. It's going to be perfect pipe smoking weather. I got this beautiful awning here. Got my Japanese maples, even though it's we're about halfway through summer. They haven't died. The trees are actually not looking stressed out. We've been watering, you know, according to the watering guidelines. In fact, I don't know if we actually watered it all this week. So anyway, but things are still relatively pretty good. The creped myrtle, maybe you can see that over there. Over there is doing pretty well. Of course, I think crepe myrtle really likes super hot summer. It's right in the sun and everything. Oh boy. Well, this watch thing here is I don't know. Time will tell. It's been a little over 3 weeks. The thing that I focus a lot on the watch is the activity monitor. And right now, I have nothing to show you. Yeah, I just got up about half an hour ago. But it keeps me, I would say it keeps me honest, and I do get kind of obsessive about it. But I'm supposed to, I don't know how it calculated this. Oh, hush. Hush. But 650 calorie, that's a 650 calorie burn you're supposed to do in exercise and activity. 30 minutes of exercise, brisk exercise, whether it's running, jogging, intermittent running, interval running, or just straight running. So it's that, and then you're supposed to pretty much stand for 3 minutes every hour, you know, so you're not supposed to be sitting like hours on end at a computer or a desk or whatever. So I'm happy to say for the last 3 weeks that I've had the watch, with the exception of Sundays. I would say I more than meet my goals. And so you're probably wondering, well, what's 650 calorie burn look like? What do you have to do to achieve that on a daily basis? And the answer is you have to walk at least 5 miles a day. Now, that's not a lot for somebody that's kind of into, fitness and activity, but it's not going to happen in the course of your day if you're just kind of meandering through and just kind of going to 7-Eleven or the store, or, you're gonna burn a small portion of that, but you have to really be consciously going out. So I go out sometimes twice a day for at least a 2.5 mile walk, and that seems to do it. And it takes me 40 minutes maybe to do that at when I say leisurely pace. For me, I'm still moving, but I'm not like out of breath. Now, what I try to do is this interval running, and I'm going to try. I've been watching a guy. His name is Dom Bauer. He's from Edinburgh, Scotland. He's a younger guy. He's just a kid, but he's really, really an interesting guy to watch. And I've learned some interesting camera things from him. He has a little GoPro, and I guess he just takes the camera. Now, I'm sure he's got to have a case. He has to have a case, I'm sure. But he runs up and down all these hills and little mountains and plateaus and green grassy fields in Scotland, and he's just he's amazing, and he's just fun to listen to, fun to watch. The beautiful countryside, gorgeous countryside. So a couple weeks ago I did a 5K run, and I took my GoPro, right there, my GoPro, and I put it on a selfie stick. But he just holds his little GoPro in his hand just like that, just like that. So you don't really even need a selfie stick. As long as you got it in a case, it's fine. It's going to be okay. So anyway, but he's kind of convinced me, and it's something I discovered back when I was in seminary. He calls it adventure running. Adventure running. And you just go out for a jog, and you go and discover and explore things. Now, I don't have the vast, primeval, beautiful, landscapes of Edinburgh and Scotland and things like that. Beautiful blue skies, the Scottish flag. There's I guess it's the unofficial Scottish flag is the St. Andrew's flag, and it's a blue field with white a white cross. And I've always, from the pictures that I've seen, it's a very appropriate flag for the colors, because Scotland is just this vibrant blue with the white in the summer with the snow, when it snows there. But the white of the blue clouds, white of the blue clouds, blue sky, white clouds, white clouds, blue sky. Yeah, I got it. You know what my problem is? I need more coffee. So anyway, I could probably, and actually here in Chico we do have, maybe not as picturesque certainly as the beautiful views there in Scotland, but we do have a thing called Bidwell Park, as some of you have seen before. Lower Bidwell Park, Upper Bidwell Park. And I could probably take my GoPro and do one of those some Saturday or some Sunday, and I probably will do that. But what I wanted to say about all that is, in conjunction with the watch and the GoPro camera or the iPhone 6 camera or whatever camera I'm using, I got some good tools that you can use nowadays. Literally, your camera just fits, either on your wrist. I bet you they have a wrist, and that's what I'm thinking. He probably has a wrist strap for his GoPro. I bet you they make one of those. And that would be cool, because then you don't have to even hold it. You just kind of hold it like on your wrist. Although it might be kind of sliding. Even my Apple Watch slides around. I'm not careful. But anyway, so you got the activity monitor. You can even put on the Apple Watch, you can even download a couple of playlists. So you don't even need to even bring your phone, except you need the phone for the GPS, I think. Yes, I think you do, yeah. But anyway, you can still bring the phone, bring the watch, if you need the watch, for your activity monitor, and your GoPro. And, you can do some filming, and it's a lot of fun. So, but it reminds me of, I've always, before I started getting overweight, all my life, I did a lot of walking. Then I learned how to run in the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps taught me one thing. It taught me how to run. I was just a poor city kid when I got there at 17, and I didn't know anything about physical fitness. But the Marine Corps taught me how to run. It taught me two things. It taught me how to shoot, and it taught me how to run. And you say, well, what do you mean it taught you how to run? All you do is just run. Well, you have to learn endurance. And I think that's where I see a lot of young people today, they don't really have the PE classes that they once had. And you have to learn to push through that physical discomfort to keep going. And unfortunately, a lot of people, when they start getting tired, what they do, they stop and sit down. And so to really push yourself and to know that you can do it, and it's not going to kill you, is actually kind of a good thing. I actually discovered that as a young person, because after I started, I used to walk like 3, sometimes 6 miles a day as a kid. I also had a paper route, so I probably walked even more than that. So I was always active. I was always active. Then I got in the Marine Corps, and I got more active, learning how to run. We went for a 14-mile conditioning run one morning. Just about killed me, I thought, but hey, I can do it. I can, so it was just one of those things that you learned to do, and you push through it. Now, I'm not saying go out there and kill yourself. Some of you every now and then comment and say, "Oh, you've inspired me. I want to kind of start a fitness program," and that's great. But I would just encourage you, just like I did, go see your doctor first. Don't go out there and do something stupid. Especially if you were like me, you're pretty much morbidly obese. You're pushing 300 pounds, or maybe a little over. It's certainly doable, but you just got to take it slow and easy. You gotta be realistic, but just start walking. Just start walking. And the other thing is, once you start walking, don't stop. And what I mean is, make it a continual, routine in your day. There are times that I have to just go. I just have to go for a walk. Clear my mind, to process some maybe difficult things that I'm working with or doing, thinking. But anyway, it really does help. So anyway, after watching Dom Bauer, that's his channel name. He has a couple of ones on photography, for those of you who are into photography, kind of like I am here. And also some other health issue things. He's an interesting guy. He's he's a vegan. and I'm not putting him down at all. And that's great. He's not a in-your-face kind of a vegan, but he talks about his struggles with it. He questions some of the more extreme people in the vegan community. But anyway, but he's a real person. Yeah, he struggles with things just like we all do. He has great, great strides, in getting his health and fitness together. But he also, has setbacks, little minor setbacks, and he's willing to share all that. So it's kind of encouraging to me. And it's just somebody that, I like watching the videos, and I say, oh, okay, another Dom video. This is great. And so I can kind of sit there and watch and learn. He has a lot of good information too. And, he just has and again, the way he films everything, he's got, the city of Edinburgh as his background, whether he's running or sometimes he does little driving videos. So anyway, but that's what I was basically going to talk about in this video real quick, is who are some of your favorite YouTubers. And they don't have to be, I'm sure we have lots of, our own YouTube pipe presenters, we all know and watch and love and enjoy from time to time. But what are some of the other YouTube channels you watch? I got to be careful because although I love old movies like my brother, in summertime usually is the time I watch a lot of my old movie favorites, classics, like Rear Window with Jimmy Stewart. That's a blue jay, by the way, it's not a chicken. Hey, watch it. Don't you even think about it. But I find myself getting really, kind of sucked into, YouTube because, there are just so many fascinating, videos on YouTube. I've been watching the last 3 days, videos on the Amish and how they deal with tragedy, how they, their daily life. There's a thing called Living with the Amish. It was a 6-part series where these kids from England come over and spend a summer with like 4 or 5 different Amish families. And it's quite interesting. And another thing I found that's interesting is the Amish call, people here in America, they call us the English. And I thought that was interesting. But they came over and the original settlers, for the most part, of course there's lots of other people from different countries, we all know that. America's a great melting pot. But primarily, for a lot of people, it was you dealt with the English colonists or the English settlers. So they don't call us Americans, they call us the English. So I've always wanted to be English, quite so. But anyway, so they've been showing these young people, people from our generation, our time, how they deal with living, kind of an 18th century life. And it's really fascinating. So anyway, but there are things that I watch. I watch some, I don't know if you heard of Karen Strawn. She's a Canadian. A lot of the people that I watch are these Canadians. Anyway, she's a very brainy lady. And she gives these little monologues. And she's just, she's a real hoot to watch her and listen to her. She can really put together some sentences, let me tell you. And she makes me think. But I enjoy her videos. Let's see. And these are all in addition to our regular YouTube pipe presenters. These are just people that are kind of off the reservation, if you will, that I also watch on an ongoing basis. I still watch Chris Kruger. I've been watching another Canadian guy in fitness called Greg O'Gallagher. I think his name is Greg O'Gallagher, or Greg Gallagher, Kino Body. He's a younger guy and into fitness, and you know, and he's quite the guy. He lives in this kind of a mansion. It looks, at least it looks like that to me by all the videos that he makes. He looks like he's quite, shall we say, affluent, and he's quite an interesting character. But anyway, he's achieved a level of fitness and health that's really interesting. So I've been watching him. Also, Dr. Eric Berg. He's I think a doctor of osteopathic doctor. Anyway, but he has a lot of good health and fitness videos. Let's see, one of my let's see, who was that guy I was watching for? Still like his videos a lot. Can't remember his last name now. I feel kind of a little brain dead. It'll probably come to me right after I turn off the cameras. Yeah. But anyway, there's a lot of people that I like to watch, primarily because I learn things. You know, it's like, oh, there's a little tip there that I could employ, whether it's, you know, in my running or in my exercise or my fitness or whatever. Anyway, so that's what I do, is I watch all these. They're more like, you know, informational kind of videos, and so anyway, they're just interesting. So I don't know, who are some of your other YouTubers that you like? And then finally, I think what I'll do before I end this video this morning is just kind of remind you, I still got my contest, a couple more days for my doppelganger contest. I think I only have one entry this year. But again, if you know, see somebody in the YouTube pipe community that looks like a celebrity and you want to kind of throw that up there in a video, please do. I think the prizes this year will be kind of simple, but they will be more accessible and more easily manageable for yours truly. But anyway, I was going to give you some gift certificates from the wonderful people from Boswell's. So that's basically my Saturday morning. How's your Saturday morning going? You know, what kind of new pipe tobaccos are you discovering that's worth sharing? That's, you know, a pipe tobacco. Why is that chicken limping? They are so funny. I got to tell you, I really love these little chickens. They're funny. They're goofy. They do silly things. They're just they kind of they let me. I guess I can pick them up and pet them, but they're not like real tame pets. But every now and then they'll let me give them a little pet on their little feathery personas, and I haven't given them any special treats lately. I used to give them my little I call it my little chicken vegetable, you know, parfait or whatever, with all my ground up vegetables from my juicer, and I chill those and then give them a big pile of that, and they just love that. So I haven't given that, and next week's going to be beastly hot, so I probably will give them that kind of a cool refreshment treat. It's ground up apples and carrots and watermelons and cucumbers and celery and things like that. So it's all good stuff for them. They love it. No pipe tobacco though. I don't think that would be very good for them. That would not go well. Anyway, a little breeze is kicking up here. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, that's nice. could sit here for the rest of the day if I didn't have to do some of my parochial things. I could see myself sitting out here reading a book. Or sit out here just be. Yeah. Okay. So thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great weekend wherever you are. And gosh, we'll be talking to you soon. So thanks for watching. Again, tell me your favorite YouTubers, some people that you really enjoy and maybe I might enjoy too, and learning some new things. And so there we go. All right. Oh, there's that blue jay. Anyway, he's looking a little scruffy. Most blue jays are pretty. He's looking pretty scruffy. I think I might have some. I might have a little family of blue jays nesting up in the awning there. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you now. Light up your world and light up your pipola. See you now.